So you've probably noticed, if you follow me at all on social media, that I've really directed my energy into talking about specific things related to gut health, hormonal health, and women's health this year. And those three things are very near and dear to my heart, not only from my personal experiences with PCOS and adenomyosis, but over the past couple years in working mainly with women, I have discovered that hormonal issues run across the board. Gut issues run across the board. And a lot of these issues have women coming to me really confused as to why they're super tired, can't lose weight, periods are a mess, hormones are a mess, moods are everywhere across the board. And all of these things point to those three topics: the gut health, hormonal health, and just overall women's health in general. As a fellow PCOS and adenomyosis warrior, I can tell you that I have been through it all. I can tell you that I've been frustrated with the medical field for probably as long as you have, or maybe you're just discovering that the medical field is not serving you. And I want to share my story because I know that it relates to you. In fact, hormonal issues, specifically PCOS, is one of the most common hormonal and fertility issues in the world today. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly 2.6 to 26% of women in the world, that's nearly 116 million women struggling with just PCOS. That doesn't even cover the thyroid issues that we're experiencing, or Hashimoto's, or gosh, you name it, just painful periods and endometriosis, right? There are so many things that are common in today's world for women, and it's not being addressed. And I want to make it my mission to be your resource in this wellness world and in this hormonal world as you're trying to navigate your body and learn more about yourself. So just to give you a little insight on who I am and my story, is that I wasn't officially diagnosed with PCOS and adenomyosis until 2020. That's nearly a decade of trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I knew that there was something wrong when I first started my period. I started later. I was an athlete. I was a dancer growing up, so that was something that I was told to be expected. You're going to start it later if you're really active. And that was me. I didn't experience my period until later. And when I did, I again didn't see it for another 2 years. And ever since then, my cycle was very irregular. It was maybe every 6 months, every year, every 3 months. It was just across the board. My mom had asked my pediatrician at the time if there was any issues or if there should be any concern, and I was just told, no, she just has low body fat. Don't be concerned. That's probably what's going to happen. Not giving me any insight on how my body works. Why is it that if I have low body fat that my periods were going to be irregular, and that's okay. That's just to be expected. I wasn't given any information. Really, the only solution handed to me at such a young age was birth control. I remember my pediatrician at the time mentioning to my mom that if irregular periods were a major concern for me at the time, that I could just use birth control and quote unquote fix the issue, right? Now that's a whole nother video. Birth control in itself is not a cure for whatever is going on with the body. And 50% of women are prescribed birth control for non-contraceptive reasons. And that is such a big number. And if that was you, raise your hand. I want to know if that was you being prescribed at such a young age to fix issues that are actually signs of hormonal and gut issues to begin with. Now that's exactly what I'm talking about. Medicine today, specifically and especially for women, is used as a band-aid for things that are actually happening. And I am here to say that enough is enough, and that we are no longer, as women, going to accept that Band-Aid for these issues. A lot of my clients are going into the doctor, having labs done, being told that they're normal, and that it's just that they're lazy, or that they have multiple kids and they're tired, or that they just need to eat less and move more and all their issues are going to be solved. Or, hey, if you have PCOS, why not just go on birth control, and when you're ready to get pregnant, then you can come off birth control and we can put you on another medication to help you get pregnant. So what that's telling me is that I'm not a concern to the medical world unless I want to conceive, unless I become more of an OBGYN concern, right? There is more to me and more to my health. There is more to you and more to your health than just childbearing and being a mother. And for some of us, maybe you'd rather not have children. So it's not fair to those that say aren't taking that same path of childbearing or wanting to be a mother, that don't get to even consider getting the full care. A lot of times full labs aren't ran unless you are experiencing infertility and you've tried for a certain period of time. Once those full labs are ran, sometimes then pituitary tumors are found. Sometimes then Hashimoto's is found. Sometimes then PCOS, adenomyosis, all of these issues are found when the full lab is taken. But usually those only happen in fertility clinics. And that's the issue. A lot of times we are treated at the very last minute. And even then, we're given medication to essentially put a Band-Aid over that. So that's what I'm here for. That's what my mission is for you this year and in general, is to be your resource, be the middleman in your health journey and really help you get to the root cause of what is going on with your gut, what's going on with your hormones, and everything in between. I believe that once we find the root cause and that we address things that are happening within your lifestyle, your stress levels, your environment, that we can truly start to tackle those major mountains that you're experiencing. And I want you to know that I empathize with you because I've lived it. I've lived the struggle of struggling to lose weight. I've lived the struggle of navigating the birth control world and then finally deciding to get off of it because it was absolutely terrible in just making my body feel terrible. I've lived all of the same things that you're here for and that you're struggling with. But we don't have to struggle anymore. And I can tell you by looking at all of those things I've listed, your diet, your environment, your stress levels, all of that, I can tell you that you can transform your life from this point forward. Because I have seen that in my own life. I've seen that in my own vitality and overall health, and just the way that I view wellness and nutrition and lifestyle and movement. And I want the same thing for you. So that's what I'm here for this year, today, tomorrow, and I want you to follow along. So this is going to be the very first video of a series of many to come explaining all that you need to know about hormones, about gut health, about overall women's health, even when it doesn't have to do with childbearing. Yes, what a blessing that is, if that's the path that you choose. But if that's not the path, you still deserve overall wellness and vitality, one and the same. So join along with me, follow along here, be sure to like this video if you want to see more content from me, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, as I will be updating this channel with lots to come.